Hey guys, it's Jack and welcome back to the Payment Check video, and I am in Walt Disney World in Florida for the next couple of weeks, and for the first week the EPCOT Food and Wine Festival is on. Now I am quite a picky eater normally. I'm getting better at it. I'm eating a lot more foods than I used to do, but I'm reasonably picky. So I've made it my mission. There are 34 places in the EPCOT Food and Wine Festival list for 2024. I'm going to try something from every single one of them. And looking at this list, some of them I think are going to be really easy because it's stuff I like lamb gyros from Greece, kebab, pita, ciders, things like that. But there are others that, and this might anger a few people. I'm not a big fan of mac and cheese, but then there's a whole place dedicated to mac and cheese now, so I'm going to have something from there at some point. But I'm going to have something from each of the stalls and marketplaces that are in the EPCOT International Food and Wine thingy. I'm sort of mostly using the Disney Food blog guide, just because they've been really helpful in putting together a list of everything. But there are a few places that I've sort of changed. So the UK EPCOT that's on the DFB list I'm not using, but I will be using something like Block and Hands, which isn't on their list, sort of to replace that. But yeah, there'll all be stuff that's exclusive to the EPCOT Food and Wine Festival as far as I'm aware. But yes, tonight I'm going to hit the first couple of places. I might just put these in a random order, maybe alphabetical. By title of the location. But yeah, here are my thoughts on the foods I tried. Loved the aioli, which was flavourful and creamy. The fries could have been slightly crispier, but I'm just nitpicking. These were ace. Am I disappointed that Belgium has been reduced to just Belgian waffles? Yes. Did I enjoy this nonetheless? Also yes, even if the waffle tasted slightly underdone. I normally like weird and wonderful fruity ciders, but wasn't a fan of this one. It was alright, but compared to some of the other ciders even available in EPCOT, it was a little bit of a letdown. This was a bit strong initially. The ice in it, though, really sort of tempered the strength of it by the end, and it was actually a really, really refreshing drink on a really warm day. These were lovely. Really nice sauce, well filled, a bit filling, but that might have been because I had it with the tikka masala as well. This was incredible. As someone that loves a good curry, this was very nice, plenty of sauce, and the chicken was tender. Cool, creamy, and refreshing. What more is there to say? Pairs well with the spices of the curry. For the Brew Wings Lab, I had to stop here to eat Muppets, weird stuff, and wonderful food. Looking at you, Pickle Milkshake. So the two things I had here were the elderberry cider. This was refreshing. It had more of a kick to it than I was expecting, but it was lovely whilst waiting for the evening fireworks. The other thing I had, other than the Pickle Milkshake, which will be a separate video, was the pomegranate tea. I liked the little frozen bits that were on top, although I would give this one plenty of time, however, as it's frozen, almost like a slush. Nice when you can actually drink it. Fortunately, I had the cider to get through first. A rich bourbon caramel sauce, which pairs really well with the cake, which was nice and soft and full of flavour. 10 out of 10. The lady that was serving these was reminding people this was a drink, not a snack. It felt like a deconstructed version of an apple pie. The addition of the apple juice was unusual, and I wasn't keen on it, but that being said, everything else tasted really good, actually. This was a bit of a little treat for me. I would have liked the meringue to be a little bit harder, but other than that, no notes. The lime filling was nice, wasn't too sugary either. This was nice. Better than I was expecting, but certainly nothing compared to the authentic Greek stuff. Would have liked a little bit more filling, but other than that, yeah, pretty nice. Honestly, I wasn't a fan of this. I like spicy food, but the mayo was just about too spicy, and
had a very weird flavour to it. This was delicious. A really, really lovely drink. Perfectly spiced, refreshing. Probably my favourite drink from the whole trip. Definitely one I'll be trying again. I spent a lot of time on this trip putting this one off because I don't like mushrooms. I really wish I hadn't left it so long. This was so good. Really juicy, really tasty. A surprise favourite of mine for this festival. This isn't strictly a Food and Wine exclusive, but I did enjoy it nonetheless, and I ate this because I thought it was listed on the Food and Wine stuff. I couldn't work out which of the three ciders was which, but the pale one on the left in the video was very light and refreshing. The darkest one was also surprisingly light, while the middle one had a kick. Overall, a good combination. Even though I discovered on the trip that I much prefer British ciders to American ones. It's a local favouritism, I suppose. Again, not strictly a exclusive from Food and Wine, but this had a nice kick to it. The sauce is quite cooling though. Not a fan of chickpeas, so I did leave the salad. However, because it's not a Food and Wine exclusive, it is one of the ones I came back to later in the trip.